What up, everybody? It's your boy Salty Dog, back again with another moto vlog. You know what I'm saying?
Put up on my nigga at the light like nice watch. Running hands in the air, down, hands in the air. Running hands in the air, down, hands in the air. Running hands.
So today, I think we're going to talk about starter bikes. Would y'all look at my starter bike? This is a 900, a Yamaha 900. It's a starter bike, people. This is my first motorcycle. Well, I take that back. I had a Grom. Guilty as charged. I had a damn Grom. I had a Grom for about a week. So I went and got a Grom because I was ready to get out on two wheels. Had to sell my truck because someone broke into it. Anyways, long story short, they caused a bunch of damages and I wasn't going to pay to fix it. So I sold it. Anyways, went to go get a Grom. I don't know why. I just thought they were funny. I've been seeing them around town. So I went and got a Grom, had it for about a week. The same day I got my Grom, my brother got a Yamaha FJ09. If you guys don't know what a Yamaha FJ09 is, I'll do a video review on that, but you can definitely just go type it in, look it up, see what I'm talking about. It's the bike I'm on right now. This one's mine. Anyways, we're getting there. So I got a Grom, and my buddy, actually, my best friend, got a Grom the same day with me at the Honda dealership. And we were absolutely loving it, man. It was so much fun just smashing around town, doing hood rat shit with my friends. But all of a sudden I realized that this Grom is my only vehicle. And that was about 5 days later when I needed to get on the freeway to go do something. And I realized I can't get on the freeway because I'm on a fucking Grom. I know you can bore it out and do all that kind of bullshit, but I don't want to do that. That's voiding warranties, and that's not for me. I don't want to void any warranties. I don't want to do any of that bullshit. So I have the Grom. About 5 days later, I realized, oh shit, I need to get on the freeway. At that point, I realized this might not work out as well as I planned. You know, I got the Grom, I was like, oh shit, 120 miles on a gallon of gas. They look funny, they look cool. Everyone loves them. The cops don't really fuck with you. It's a Grom, you know, it's a 125. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, you eat shit going 50. Yeah, you could get fucked up, but the chances of you dying are way, way slimmer than the chances of you dying on this, because at the twist of a throttle you could be going 80, 90, maybe 100 miles an hour, you know. So anyway, so I got the Grom on that for that purpose. You know, it's not a bike that's gonna kill me, and it's funny, gets good gas mileage, and it's fucking cheap, man. You know how much my payments on the Grom were $75 a month. $75 a month for the damn Grom. My insurance, $80 a month. I have a traffic ticket and bullshit, whatever. So my insurance was higher than most people's. And I'm under 25 and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I got kind of fucked on insurance. But still, a total of, what is that? We'll call it both 80, $160 a month for a vehicle. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And then what? Gas, you might add an extra $20 a month onto that. So $200 a month for your vehicle. Dirt cheap. Dirt fucking cheap. So I got the Grom, and all of a sudden, like I said, 5 days later, I need to get on the freeway. So what happens is I call up my brother, I call up Mustache, and I'm like,
Really such a bad thing. I look around like, do you want to be another nigga that ain't never had things? Guess not. Last night, we put up on a nigga at the light like, nice watch, running. Hands in the air, down, hands in the air, running.
And I'm like, hey dude, I need to get on the freeway. Can I use your bike? He says, yeah, he was kind of like weary about it. He says, yeah, whatever. So I go over, I ride the Grom over, and I hop on his bike. When I first got on this fucking thing, holy shit, it seemed huge. Because I was on a Grom like this, you know? Now I'm on this ginormous motorcycle, and so I'm like, oh shit, dude, you know, I've ridden like 600s and stuff before, like buddies' bikes and stuff, but I've never actually like gone more than around the block on them. Like I literally just went around the block on them. So never more than like 60 miles an hour on a bike. So I get on his bike and he's warning me, you know, he's like, yo, this thing's really torquey, man, you need to be careful. So he puts it in B mode. This bike has 3 different modes. There's an A mode, a standard, and a B mode. And the B mode's for like rain riding and stuff, you know, it's less torque, that kind of thing. So he puts it in B mode and he says, this will help you out a little bit, but you still need to be careful. So I get on it, you know, I'm just riding around and I realize immediately, like, yo, this bike's fucking powerful, man. So I get on the bike and I'm going to get on the freeway. And I go to twist the throttle. I'm in second gear going about 40 miles an hour. And I'm getting on the on-ramp. It kind of swoops in. And so I get on the on-ramp. And holy shit, I was fucking scared for my life, man. I twisted the throttle on this thing and it just shot. I mean, like a fucking missile. And at that point, I realized this was the bike I needed. They're like, immediately. So I went home that night. Got on Craigslist, threw it on Craigslist. Actually, I take that back. I went home that night and I called the Yamaha dealership and I said, hey, what would you give me on a trade-in for a Grom? You know, how much would you give me? Now, mind you, I bought this thing new. I knew I was gonna have to eat a little bit, but they offered me only $2,000 for the Grom. It was brand new. It had less than 200 miles on it. So they offered me $2,000. That means I'm gonna have to end up eating about $1,600. I think out the door the Grom was like $4,000 and I put down $200 or $300, whatever it was. I think I was gonna have to eat about $1,600, and I was not having that. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna throw it on Craigslist. So I go home, I throw it on Craigslist for $3,800, and I end up getting some guy calling me and he says, hey, I'll give you $3,200 for it. So I said, all right, whatever, you know, good enough. So Omaha the next day, and I get there and my brother has the black FJ09, and there's a black one, like I said, the blue one, and then there's this red one. And this red is my favorite color. This is my favorite color right here. Like, not just on motorcycles or whatever, this is my favorite color, like, in the world. Red, burgundy kind of color. So this is the color that my old truck was. This is the color that 2 of my old trucks were. So I was standing there and I was like, man, you know, a red motorcycle. I mean, you're just asking to get pulled over. You're just asking for a ticket. But I could not get over how beautiful it was. So I was standing there for probably a good half hour just debating whether I wanted the red or the black one, just looking back and forth, because they were standing right next to each other, or sitting right next to each other. And they also had one that was like blue, or they call it blurple, whatever. I wasn't into that. So I end up going with the red one, and I get my Yamaha FJ09. And mind you, like I said, this is my starter bike. You know, I had a Grom, but that was only for a week, which I guess kind of helps. You know, you kind of get used to, you know, a week, it'll give you at least a tiny bit of grasp on how people drive, how really unaware cars are that there's a motorcycle behind them. So yeah, I guess the Grom did help. But then I go and get on a 900cc bike, which I guess is like a, I think it's like an 857 or something like that. So anyways, you know, if you've been riding motorcycles and stuff as a kid, and you're competent, like I said, you know how to use a clutch, you know how the throttle works, you know how to shift the gears, and you know how a bike kind of feels in between your legs. Giggity. Yeah, man, don't let anyone tell you to go get on a 300, man. You know, the street's different. It's just, it's the danger is different on the street. You know, it's still a bike. It's just way more powerful. That's all. So if you know how to ride already, don't let someone tell you to go get a 300. You know, or a Grom. A Grom's a great bike, man, but it's a joke bike. It's not meant to actually be like considered a I don't know, like a real motorcycle, I guess. Like, yeah, you can ride it on the road and stuff, but it's not a real motorcycle, if you guys know what I mean. So yeah, but if you haven't been riding dirt bikes or something as a kid, or you haven't had a chance to really get familiar with how bikes work and how they operate, how they turn, how they grab, how much can you actually lean, if you're not already comfortable with that and you don't already know how to do it, yeah, man, definitely don't hop on a 600 or a 1000 or a 900cc bike. And don't let someone try to talk you into it either, because it's just not safe. Go pick up a cheap 300 or a Ninja 250 on Craigslist or something, or whatever you can afford. Just go pick up something cheap and get used to the road. You know, I'd give it at least 3 months before you sell that. And I mean, that's riding every day. You know, put at least 20 miles on the bike every day in those 3 months. At least that's my opinion. You know, put 20 miles on the bike a day in those 3 months, and I think by the end of those 3 months, you'll be competent enough to upgrade to the next size bike. But just take it for a grain of salt. That's just my recommendation. But definitely don't let someone talk you into buying a 1000cc bike for your first one just because they say you'll get bored of it. No, go buy a beater off Craigslist for $1,300 or $2,000 or something that you know you can flip for just about the same price, and get used to it on there, man. It's not a joke out here, you know. People really do die. It's not a joke. People really do die on these motorcycles, and you need to be able. You're riding this bike needs to be second nature to you before you upgrade, because when you have all this power, it's something that can get you in trouble really quick. But that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next video. Peace.